Okay, this is the overview for September 13th at 12:30 p.m. And done trading. Today, I'm supposed to be on an airplane today at 6 a.m. in the morning, heading to Pittsburgh for a PNC one-day program. That's not happening because I resigned. And that means I get a chance to trade. So we woke up this morning to this massive shutdown on the market here. There's just massive elevator ride down due to the CPI index. So I didn't think we were going to do any trading today. Josh didn't trade today. He wouldn't get into his breakout trade. I don't see how you would. And I did the same thing. I sat on my hands for this perfect 100 bounce, but because of the volatility and the market just kind of being crazy, I didn't think it was wise to get into the market here or here, which is basically a 34, not a bounce, but a 34. There was some detachment here, but we got nice signals here for the short. Passed on that. Came to the open range and found support. Bounced on that. Didn't see any trades. I don't think there were any trades. Obviously, the open price was resistance. Again, in this kind of a market, I just didn't see taking these as potential shorts, so they're there. Okay, we pushed down under the open range at this point, kind of doing a sideways thing, and then I saw my first opportunities here. And so today I decided I would be in a scalping mode, and so I think that worked out really well. To some extent, there were bigger opportunities. So this is the 100. So this was my first 100B. I did not accept the risk. I was too skittish. I bailed out at break even. I aborted number 2. So I made some money on the number 1, which you can see here at a loss of $6. Probably the only loss for the whole day is I aborted that trade. And it actually was a good trade right there. Okay. There's a 34B. I wasn't taking 34Bs. Here is another 100 bounce. Very nice. And I did not take that. I don't think I see any kind of an entry there. I did take a DTW scalp. So this is the first time that I've started tracking, and these white lines are 15-minute increments. So this is 15 minutes, the 15 minutes, this is the 10:30. So here was 10:15. And these are pretty wide right here. There's a lot of volume in here. This is where I expected a reversal, so I put 2 white lines there. A 10:30 reversal is a high probability. I don't trade that. I just look for it. And so I expected this right here to potentially be a reversal point. It turned out not to be, but it was a good 100. It was a good bounce. It should have been taken right. I think I have an entry right there. Put a stop there, and you would have hit your target. So what you did is the bar closed on the pivot low in this 15-minute range. I took the once it closed, I took a short here, right there on the close. So there's the close bar, there's the entry, and there's the scalp. And then this thing continued down. So there was a really nice run there, but I wasn't at this point in it for the run. The scalps, I do not run scalps. I scalp. And that's because I think I'm really skittish today. We got another DTW scalp. So here's the new 1045 line, and we broke the low, the prior 15-minute low. I entered. Here's the break. Here's the entry. Here's the scalp. And so we're just piling some money in here at $56.50. It was a nice scalp in the 1045 block. In the 11 o'clock block, I had another similar DTW scalp. So this is the low right here from the prior block, 15-minute block. It breaks the prior 15-minute block low right there. You enter on the break and at the close of the bar. So I got it at the very close of the bar, which I was really expecting it to be there, and got my scalp right there. You can see this one came back and then went back down. So a little bit of heat on that one, but no problem. I don't remember any problem. 8150, 87.5% win rate. So in the micros, that would be, in the minis, that'd be $810, I believe. So 810, maybe $811. So you know, this would be an $800 day right here. Okay, So that's the 11 o'clock block. Here's the 11:15 block. And I thought I was done for the day here. Here's the 11:30 block, and I put in a golden cross. So I saw this dot right here, and I believed that we had big support here from September 8th. I saw the dot, and I wanted to, I figured we, get to the 34. I knew there was a scalping opportunity here, so I got in, took all this heat. Next candle, push up, took right to the 34, took my profit to the tick. So that was to the tick, right? That's why I don't do runners. Just take your money, and it adds up. Here's 106. Now I broke $100. That means you broke $1,000 on the minis. I have a 90% win rate, which means I only had that $6 loss over here. So that's a scalp, and this is pretty nuanced, right? This is a golden cross. There was a dot there. I didn't take it. There was a dot there. I didn't take it. There's a dot there. I didn't take it. I'm sorry. This dot right here, I did take. And then another dot here. And I liked it because I was looking at the MACD, and I figured we were heading to the 0 line. Either way, very high risk trade. It worked out. That's the 11:30 block. Then in the 11:45 block, look at how tight this is. There's just no action whatsoever. The volume is down. The price isn't moving. And then here in the 12 o'clock block, we got a pretty good trade. There's the high of the prior block. We broke the high of the block. We got a dot, and I entered the trade for a scalp. So I called this a DTW scalp. It would also be a golden cross. And there's the high right there. And now we're at $131.50. That'd be over $1,300 at 91.67%. Okay, and then we come into our final trading block here, where I'm going to call it a day. And so this is 11:45. This is 12. This would be the 12:15 block, and the 12:15 block gave me the 100 bounce. Okay, so this is the 100 EMA. We came up, we nipped above it. The next bar we came back, put a bottoming tail in, came back up pretty strong. The buyers could not hold this. Put a topping tail in, and we began to push down on the 100. That's the first signal, and that bar right there, you can see on the MACDs, we begin to top out, we begin to turn. We're moving on top of the Bollinger Band, and what I'm looking for is this is going to stretch down through the Bollinger Band. And so with that bar right there, this is my entry bar right here. I hit the market, sell market. I don't try to put limit orders in or anything. You can't really do that in these kinds of trades. It's just not, it just doesn't work successfully. Put the market order in on this bar. There it is. And then I got 2 targets here for a nice trade. I was figuring that this was about as far down as it's going to go, which is looking to the left. It looks like I was correct. The BBs came down to the 0 line and found support. There they are. The multiple lines mean I'm done for the day. So that ends the day at 189, which would have been $1,890 at almost 93%, basically 100% day. So this is about as good a trading day as I'll ever have in many regards. And realize this is really not what I call trending price action right here. It's very choppy, but the range bars, the Renko bars really allow me to get into these DTW scalps, which are based on 15-minute increments of time measured and identifying the high and the low of each block, each 15-minute block, and then in the subsequent block, a break and a follow through on these pivots. And then you can pick up scalps. And this is actually a scalping strategy that I have purchased. I no longer use the software, so I do this manually, which I like, and it works very well. And I'll continue to use that. And of course, no doubt when you look back on here, these 100 bounces are extremely powerful, right? I mean, this is a beautiful one right here. And if you're in this, you don't need to do anything here. You just hold on to your runner right there. And quite frankly, that would have been, again, not advisable trading in this environment. But if we did get this, there was a potential $157 for one contract on that one trade. And if you picked up on the retracement, which is a little trickier, but if we picked up on the retracement, let's say we would have gotten in around there. There was about $100 in that trade, and there was about $100 in that trade. Let's say you got down there. My guess is you'd probably pick it up about 80 cents. There's probably about $85 in that trade because you'd see support here at the time. You would have hit that. You would have bounced off of it, and you'd figure, okay, I got to take my money. Pretty good. On this trade, if we got in there and we let it run to, let's say we're bounced up here, and let's say you got in there, that was a $131 run right there. So there were two nice runs today, both 100B setups, and I'm sure some people would take this one with the stop there and just ride this thing all the way down. Pretty amazing. That's it. Done deal. So if we close up the day, let's take a look at what performance looked like. Performance today was total profit of 189, gross profit of 195, one contract that took a loss, so that's 93%, 7 trades, pretty good, right, for the 13th, pretty nice. So let's close this machine up. Okay, this is what the 15-minute chart looked like today. Let's just take a look at the 15. It's a pretty scary looking chart today. Okay, so you can see what I was doing is I found my support here in September 8th, September 7th and 8th, actually September 8th, right? Came down, put some support in, pushed back up, came down, found support, and then we had this long, amazing ride up. There's day one, day two, day three, day four, and then bam, right back down. So there we are. Look at that bar. That's a CPI bar. Wow. And look at the volume. You can see where the volumes are. This was a very high volume day. So that's what the 15-minute looks like. Pretty interesting. So we're more or less just scooting around here. Up, down, sideways, sideways, up, 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 down. Nice way to see this. This is a little more complex to look at, I think. If I was trading, let's say if we were trading off of this chart, I look for a change. Then I look for a change, then I look for the retracement. Got it right in here. Right in here. Not sideways. I mean, I guess I could say that I would, potentially this would have been a trade. You'd have to put your stop there. You can look to the left and go, yeah, I need to stop like right there. Okay. Just looking at the way this works. Here's the change. I look for the retracement. And I'm going to put the stop right about there. Would have been paid on that. Coming back down. Nothing there. There's a change here, but there's nothing. There's a change here. Look for the retracement. There's a change here. Look for the retracement. Check this out. Get in there. Watch your stop there. And ride that on the way down. Just keep riding it, right? Look, I mean, we just keep riding that. And it's red. When it's red, you ignore all the white. Just all the way down. There it is. Done. So that's why I don't need Chandelier Trader because this is better than Chandelier Trader because it actually gives me my, this gives me my entries. I mean, that gives me that entry. There's an entry. What do we got? We got to switch over. I'd like to think that there's something going on right there. There's your 100. The open. Might have been able to get that because you got these dots. That would have been, open was a little scary. And so 9:30 the market opens right there. Right there. That's the market open. At that bar. 32, 33, 34, 35. So he would have gone short right here, which would have been this break, and you'd get your 26, definitely. Yeah. That would have been would have been 92 ticks. But I had decided to sit on my hands here. I really did. I wish I traded it now because it just made sense, right? Would have been really, really difficult.